As the people with one voice, we're a nation. We will take us down our land to defend what is ours. You and I, and the people with one voice, for one cause. Where the time is to reveal His glory. Truth prevails. What a hope for us all. Our land, where the hope for us all. So we are many different tribes, different tongues, where the mountain illustrates His own. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you're very much welcome to the virtual book launch. Yes, the virtual book launch. What is the book we're talking about here? We're talking about mental health, first aid, burnout, depression, and interpersonal therapy. Yeah, amazing, right? Great. So if you're on this call right now, if you're in this event right now, if you grace this event, please drop some cheers with your emojis, with your stickers, with anything you can do. Drop some fires on the chat box right now. If you're on this call, drop some fire, emojis on the chat in the chat box right now. Yeah, that is if you're excited to be part of this virtual book launch, one of its kind, I must say, right here. All right, someone is dancing. Gift Joseph, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Yeah, I see Oswakbe. That is Valerie Oswakwe, yes, thank you so very much. Thank you. I need more stickers, Valerie. Oh my goodness, I love that. Great one there. So more. We need more, please. We need more. We need more. Drop some fire, emojis on in the chat box there. If you're excited to be part of this virtual book launch, yes, of one of our own, amazing one there, one intelligent, young, energetic lady we've got here in this part of the country. We're talking about Alex. Yeah, Alex of Hackett. Oh yeah, Dr. Metu Izuchuku. Thank you so very much for that one there. Thank you so very much. Yes, more please. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, you're welcome to this virtual book launch event hosted by our very own, by our very own Comfort Alexander. He prefers to refer to Alexander Comfort. Please, if your mic is unmuted, please mute your mic. Just mute your mic. Help us do that. Mute your microphones. Thank you. So we do not have, the kind of interruptions alongside, right? So thank you so very much for that. Okay, so like I was saying, it's the virtual book launch of one of our own. She is by name Comfort Alexander, but she prefers to refer to herself as Alexander Comfort. Alexander Comfort sounds more like a brand name there, right? Alexander Comfort, and she is popularly known as Alex of Port Harcourt. Alex of Port Harcourt. Please drop some emojis for Alex of Port Harcourt there. Drop some for Alex of Port Harcourt there. Amazing celebrant. Yes, amazing. Thank you so very much, Valerie. Thanks a lot for that one. Okay, my name is John Best UCHE, and I am the moderator for this event, this virtual book launch here. So I urge all of us to sit back, relax, enjoy every bit of this conversation, every bit of this launch program. Okay? Yes. All right. We've got amazing speakers here. We've got amazing guests. Well, first of all, I want you to celebrate yourself, right? Celebrate yourself, please. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. Let's see that. Celebrate yourself, please. See me, I'm celebrating you. See my emoji there. I'm celebrating you already. Please celebrate yourselves wherever you are. Yeah. Thank you, Gift Joseph. Thank you, Gift Joseph. In fact, at this point, let's all unmute ourselves. Let's all unmute ourselves and then give some chips. Let's celebrate ourselves here. I'm doing it already. Unmute yourselves, everybody.
I'm doing that. Thank you.
If you're not unmuted yet, we are expecting you to unmute yourself. Yeah, please unmute yourself to give us some cheers. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So
thank you.
Like I said, it is the virtual book launch, and it is one of its kind here. And it is being convened by our very own Comfort Alexander. Call her Alexander Comfort, or you call her Alex of Port Harcourt. All right. She is the convener of this. She is the host. And she is, of course, the author of the book we're launching this very moment, this morning, this afternoon, this evening, just depending on where you are joining this book launch from. For me, I'm joining from Port Harcourt, River States, and Nigeria. Yes, West Africa of the African continent. I don't know where you're joining from. We expect so many other persons from other parts of the continent and other parts of the globe and all of that, right? Yes. So moving straight up, we want to introduce our guests, and then we go straight up to the event. We do not want to spend so much time and all of that. We value your time today. It's weekend. We expect that you'll be doing other things, preparing for tomorrow and preparing for the new week even. So we'll not be taking so much of your time, okay? All right. So I want to take the profile of one of our guests. We have two guests here. But before I take that, I want to confirm that our guest is here. Comfort is our guest here now. Is our guest here?
Okay, please just hold on. Let me confirm that.
All right. Thank you.
Continue what you were doing while I confirm that.
I would want to take his introduction while he is on the call. Yeah.
Okay, please just hold on. Let me confirm that.
Okay, I just allowed him in now. Yes.
Okay, then it's on.
Great. So, ladies and gentlemen, permit me. You can see the screen there, right? You can see the screen, right? That's perfect. I want you to have a feel of what I'll be reading. So if I'm making mistakes, you get the corrections yourself, okay? Meanwhile, I'm not going to be making any mistake doing that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our guest for today is Dr. Lepa Kingdom. Dr. Lepa Kingdom is a senior lecturer in the Department of Anatomy, Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences, University of Port Harcourt. Born in 1981, he is a native of Nyogo, Lueku Community in Kana local government area, River State. He has BSc honors, University of Port Harcourt, MSc, ABSU, PhD, Uniport as well, in anatomy and postgraduate diploma in petroleum geoscience from Uptonville Oil and Gas Institution. He has several professional certificates in safety, health, and leadership. He did his postdoctoral fellowship in Martin Laboratory Department of Physiology, Pharmacology, and Neuroscience, the City College of New York, University of New York, United States of America, 2017, where his research focus was on neural repair and spinal cord injury. You can actually get that from www.martinlab.cuny.cuny.adu. Yes, that is where you could get that. You want to read more of that, right? He is a hard-working young man that is determined to be very successful in life. His research interest is in neuroscience and radiologic anatomy. He has traveled extensively within and outside Africa to acquire more knowledge and insight in his profession. He has received travel grants from several organizations like International Brain Organization, IBRO, International Society for Neurochemistry, ISN, etc. He has presented papers in international conferences in South Africa, France, United States of America, etc. He has published several articles in journals, newspapers, and magazines. Mute yourself. Mute your microphone if your microphones are on. Okay, so let us find more of it. Okay, he has also written several motivational and professional books.
Make sure you don't test on your car.
Please, Simeon is the one. Mute him.
I've done that just now. Yep. Okay. So sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. So he has also written several motivational and professional books. He is an international motivational speaker, TV analyst on youth affairs. He is a member of International Society of Neurochemistry, Society for Neuroscience, Neuroscience Society of Nigeria, Anatomical Society of Nigeria, Public Health and Medicine Subgroup, Center for Multidisciplinary Research and Innovation. You could see that on that side there. He is the founder and executive director of Academic Excellent Sport and project mentor geared towards youth, students, and professionals' development and advancement in their career. He is happily, I said, married to courage and blessed with 3 children, Shirley, Suani Barry, and Daniel. Ladies and gentlemen, with a rousy applause, let us make welcome our guests, and keynote speaker.
Thank you.
Kingdom. Please let us let's welcome him. Thank you. All right, thank you so very much, Dr. David Lepa Kingdom. Beautiful profile there, right? So, right about now, we got straight to. Also, do we have the second guest here already? Confirm that for me.
Oh, the second guest is not on yet, so he could just continue with the session. So but before when he
comes,
can you hear me best?
I can hear you.
Okay, before he continues, I would want to recognize some persons that just joined. All
right, that's fine. You could do that.
Please, sir, please just hold on a little, just few minutes, and you would continue. Okay, so I can see my father here, one of my fathers in the Lord, Reverend Anyedi. Sir, thank you so much for joining. I can see Dennis. Dennis, thank you for joining. John Best, the moderator, thank you so much for choosing to moderate. Favor Woke, thank you. Ma'am Gift Joseph, thank you so much. Grace Man, Havoc Tech Hub, yeah? I call him Havoc, but his name is Stewart. Thank you so much for joining. Dr. Lekwa, thank you so much for accepting to give this lecture. Dr. Mitsu Izuchukwu, thank you so much. Ma'am Alawa, thank you so much. I don't take this for granted at all. Mr. Simeon Malaki, thank you. My love, Val, thank you so much. Mr. Kindness Eso, thank you so very much for joining in. Thank you. God bless you for wanting to be a part of my blessing. And God do better for you and raise men that would stand up when you need them for you in Jesus' name. Amen. So, John Best, over to you. Thank you. The lecture should just begin right away. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so very much. Alex of Port Harcourt. Okay, great one there. So about the author, who is this person we're talking about here? Who is Alex? Who is Comfort Alexander, or as she would rather you call her, Alexander Comfort? But I've always argued, with her to allow me to call
my
her
name.
Comfort Alexander. Comfort Alexander. No, I'll call you Comfort Alexander. But okay, today's your day. Let me just call you Alexander Comfort. All right, that's me just kidding you there. Okay, so who is Alexander? Who is Alexander Comfort rather? She is, and she's not for her dynamic. She's got a lot of, how do I put it now? She's got a lot of stuff as her identity, but one out of them, one key one that she's so most interested in is this mental health issue. So she is a mental health advocate. Yes. So Comfort Alexander is known for her dynamic, inspiring, and pragmatic, most communicable ways of relating mental health conditions and the way out to just any audience. She is a sought after mental health advocate and speaker. And of course, she is the host of the menu on her WhatsApp. There is a program, there is one, if you have her contact, if you've been, if you have a close contact with her where you get to see her status on WhatsApp and all of that, you definitely would agree with me that she's amazing, right? So she's the host of the menu on her WhatsApp TV series, Coffee and Crumpets with AC. Okay. And the author of Mental Health First Aid. Ladies and gentlemen, with all due honor, please let us make welcome formally Comfort Alexander, the convener of these, the author of these amazing book, and for which reason we gathered here tonight or this morning or this afternoon, talking about mental health first aid, burnout, depression, and interpersonal therapy. So, ladies and gentlemen, drop some emojis, and of course, unmute yourself. Let us give us some round of applause. Yeah, let's give us some round of applause, please. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you, John Best. Thank you. Thank you. I've said earlier, like I said earlier, thank you so much to everyone. Big thank you to everyone that joined and that would still join. So I'll beg to hold on while the lecture continues. Yeah, I want to keep Dr. Lekwa David hanging or waiting. So I would beg you just introduce him, or I go ahead to introduce him so he starts the lecture. John Best, can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly and all of that. Okay. So after that, we talk about the book, right?
Yes. After that, I'll come back.
Okay. So in the next for the next 15 minutes, for the next 10 to 15 minutes, we'll be having Dr. Lekwa David Kingdom give us a talk, a presentation, a lecture. It's more than a lecture. If I call it a lecture, you may just take it to be one of those ones you listen to in classes, in the formal settings and all of that. But I bet you it is more than that, right? It's way, way, way more than that. If you've listened to him in an event or an event, you would agree with me that he's loaded with a lot of no, with lots of knowledge, and practically he knows how to send those or share this knowledge he got. And at this point, ladies and gentlemen, let us make welcome our guests speaker, keynote speaker, Dr. David Lekba Kingdom, for his presentation. For the next 10 to 15 minutes, we'll be listening to Dr. David Lekba Kingdom. Please, you're welcome, sir. Good to have you.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, John Best, for your introduction. When you were doing the introduction, I was if it is myself that you are introducing, I didn't know actually it was myself. Thank you for that wonderful. Thank you, Alexander, for this invitation. In fact, just known you for years. You are a very wonderful Nigeria. And as I can see in the house, I saw one of my friends, Grace. We started Club O 2010. We used to go to Presidential Hotel. We used to go to the Meridian, all those places. Motivation. I'm glad that of building a better Nigeria. Madam Grace, your voice lawyer. I want to also appreciate other people that find out time to come to this book launch. I think it's a great opportunity. Thank you. And permit me to go straight to the lecture. And the host, please permit me to share my screen.
All right, I'm doing just that.
I tried to on the video, but the video is not enabling me, although my face is still raw.
Okay, I've made you a co-host, so you could actually share your screen. Thank you.
Okay.
Are you with us? Yeah.
Yes, I'm trying to share the screen, but it's not coming up. Okay, I think I can see it now. Let's see. Oh, where will I go to my desktop?
Can we hear me?
Okay, I'm with you.
I can hear you, please.
Okay.
It's shared now. Yeah, we can get to it.
All right. So tonight, briefly, we'll talk about the brain reward system, effects on our day-to-day activities. Now, 2 decades ago, it was discovered that the brain center has pleasure centers. Centers are now seen as belonging to a system of pathways that appear to play a role in learning and memory. This pleasure center is referred to as the reward system of the brain. So I will basically concentrate on this reward system of the brain. So the term reward is the term reward system refers to a group of structures that are activated to ensure that we get the reward, and when they are stimulated in the body. Now, it is interesting for you to know that there are activities that stimulate this reward center in our brain. When they're increasing, by increasingly release of a neurotransmitter called dopamine. So while I'm talking about this pathway, I will talk about how this hormone dopamine influence our life, influence our decision, influence our activity day by day. I want to tell you that every day is motivated by the activities of this dopamine. Two things that can guide and determine what we do is either the reward system is thinking about the pleasure we are going to gain from that thing we are doing, or the pain we are going to. We are guided by what the pleasure system is going to be or what the pain is going to be. When you remember the pleasure of the thing you are engaging, it will keep you awake, pursuing that dream. It will keep you awake, pursuing that assignment and that thing that God has destined you to do. When you remember the pain that you are going to face tomorrow, if you fail to do some things you are supposed to do now, it will keep you on your toes to work hard. I do tell my students at times that for now, if I come back from work and I get to the house and my student asks for biscuit and I couldn't provide, I will feel more pain than the pain I could have paid some years ago studying my book and working hard so that I can provide. So when dopamine helps you to project into the future, to see the benefit, the gain, the what you are going to get out of that activity you are going to involve in today. So today activity is a pointer to what you are going to be tomorrow. Now, there are two types of reward response. We have the natural reward response and we have the artificial reward response. I will dwell on these two and direct you, and you see how it affects everything you do in life. Under the natural reward response, we have hunger for food, hunger for sex, hunger for achievements, hunger for greatness. What are you hungry for? What you are hungry for, we have a way to activate this reward system to make sure that you do everything possible to get that. There's an experiment that we've been doing in laboratory for some time. We subjected two groups of animals. One group, we give them food enough to eat, and then we subject them to do a task. Another group of animals, we deprive them of food. We reduce the quantity of food they take per day by 75%. And then we subject them to that activity. We discovered that the desire to get more, the desire to eat, the desire to perform the activity was more in the ones that were hungry for the food. But the ones that the food was were even sleeping, they couldn't even do the activity. When you are hungry for something, you will spend night, you will spend day working hard to do that very particular thing, because the dopamine that keep pushing you, keep making you leave your bed early in the morning, that makes you to enter the next available vehicle to go for that your dream, to go to write that book, to go to do that thing that you are hungry for. Interaction, praise and touch. Now, when you remember that at old age, there's likelihood to be for you to be lonely or for you to be with people. It will help you to work hard, to have a family, to raise children, so that at that moment in time, you will have people that will form your social interaction. It will help you to relate well with people in your environment, because you know if you don't relate well, you are going to be isolated. When it will also help you to know that if you don't relate well, people will not praise you for the activities, and you feel as if you are not. It will reduce your self-worth and self-confidence. So knowing that there is a benefit tomorrow, there is a reward of being around people, social interaction, the later part of your life will help you to begin to engage in activity to build your family. Knowing that in terms of challenges, you have people to share your emotions, your challenges with. It will help you to build that community, because if you don't do that, it will lead you into depression. When there's nobody there for you, There's nobody to talk to, there's nobody to confine in, and you are passing through things and nobody is there, it will lead to depression, and depression can lead to suicide. But when you know that there is a reward for social interaction, no matter the behavior of people, no matter the attitude of people, you build that network for yourself. The next one is extinction. Now, you know that as a matter of growth and life, there is bound to be reproduction. If you don't reproduce, your lineage will end, because you know there is a benefit tomorrow whereby you are going to have your own family, you are going to reproduce, you are going to see your kind. It's a natural reward that stimulates the reward system of the brain, and we make sure that you do everything possible to retain that your family line. And of course, you know that if there is hunger and there's extinction, definitely it will lead to death. The artificial reward system is about drugs. Now, what drugs cause is they try to mimic what the natural dopamine do in the body. That is why you see when people feel lonely, they try to take drugs. They try to do things that they maybe to stimulate the pathway, the dopaminergic tend to stimulate. When people want sex, they try to take things that will stimulate them. When people want those natural tendencies that are supposed to come, they will now to take artificial things. These are the infant, and they try to reinforce that behavior that's supposed to come by drug. But as we proceed, I will tell you why it is important to focus on the natural reward, because it is that behavioral attitude. Now, let me take a little bit into the anatomy aspect of this so that you understand how this works in your brain. There are two in the body. One is through what we call the mesolimbic dopamine pathway. Another one is through what we call the mesocortical pathway. Now, the limbic system is a part of our brain that we call the emotional brain. It is the one that is responsible for why you act the way you act. It is the one that's responsible for hunger. It is the one that's responsible for sex. It is the one that's responsible for love, for hatred, for all the display of emotion, fear, hunger, anger, or as the case may be. Now, when you remember and you associate emotions to the reward you are going to get tomorrow, it helps you to work hard to achieve the big dopamine pathway that is very important. Years ago, about maybe nucleus accumbens. The nucleus accumbens has played a vital role, and it has been found to produce more dopamine that helps for us to feel the desire to achieve, the desire to move forward, the desire to engage in our daily activity. So when you ask emotions to what you want to get, it will help you to be able with me. Hello, are you with me? Hello,
you, sir.
can someone confirm if you are with me?
Yes, we are.
We're together.
Okay. So the stronger the emotional association, and for you to know that if you go out to pursue that your dream, the nucleus accumbens will be able to produce more desire hormone, which is dopamine, and the striatum, they will produce more dopamine that will keep you motivated, because you are motivated by what you want to achieve. When part of the reason why people are demotivated or people are depressed in life is when they see that there is nothing in life, there is nothing to achieve. Oh, if I go out today, what am I going to get? Before you know, people enter into depression. Nobody loves me, nobody cares about me, and all that. And when you remember that there is a reward for every action, it will keep you motivated. Now, the anterior another major dopaminergic pathway, which I call the mesocortical pathway, also help in making us to achieve our daily activities. But the good thing about this other pathway is that why the mesolimbic has to do with association with emotions, these ones have to do with association with reasoning. It makes you to look at the consequences of your action. If I involve in this action, what if it is like this? What if it is not like this? It makes you to think because it involves the cerebral cortex. The cerebral cortex is the intelligence center of the brain. It makes you to think and to analyze that action you want to go into. If you want to take drugs, what if I am caught? What if I am in prison? If you want to involve in social activities, so it reminds you of the consequences that may involve, and that can determine your action and what you do today. So these are the two major anatomical pathways of reward system. And when you understand how these rewards, how this pathway works, it helps you in your day-to-day activity. Now, when we use an addictive drugs or experience something otherwise rewarding, dopamine neuron in the ventral are activated. The neuron projects to the nuclear accumbens via this pathway. Okay, now when these drugs tend to mimic the activity of dopamine, and when the drug tends to mimic the activity of dopamine, for you to do that activity, in the process, when the drug is not there, or when you become addicted to that drug, without the drug, you cannot be able to do that. That is why I see when people that take drugs to increase their strength, to increase their mood, to increase their performance, when that thing is not there, they won't be able to do that. And they become addicted and become enslaved by that. And it affects the brain. That is why you don't need to activate that mechanism. Activate the natural mechanism that God has created in you, that is in me. When you remember what you are going to get from a room and just smile, when you remember the life you are going to change, how you are going to make Nigeria a better place, you will be happy for what the little thing you are doing today. And when you also remember the consequences and the pain that may come out of what you are not doing right, it will help you to curtail your activity. So God has already put in us that pathway that help us to be motivated to stay alive, to pursue our dream, to pursue our goal. I may not have time to go into more of the pharmacological and aspects of the brain, how it works. But I want you to know that when it comes to executive hello, please, moderator, can you mute? Okay, thank you. When it comes to executive function, the prefrontal cortex of the brain also have a role to play in this brain reward pathway. Now, the executive function of the brain is done by the frontal lobe of our brain. That is where it will tell you, this is my behavior, this is my action. Is it destructive? Does it have an impairment? Oh, I need to control it. Because if it is a destructive behavior, it will affect me tomorrow. It will affect my children tomorrow. It will affect my family tomorrow. It will affect my generation tomorrow. It will benefit my children tomorrow. It will benefit my family. The good thing is that as far as we are all normal, the prefrontal cortex, if we ignore that natural pathway that God has put into us to check us, to also reason over what we do. That is why even the Bible said that God told us that we should come, let us reason together. He wants you to use your prefrontal cortex to now look into this thing I want to create, this thing I want to develop. How will it benefit mankind? That's why God said, let us reason together. Let us look at the pleasure. Let us look at the benefit. Let us look at the pain. And then we're able to determine. So this aspect of us is alive, but just as some of us subdue it, we don't allow it to function, and we enter into activities that may not necessarily benefit us. So the normal function mediated pleasure receptor, that's the reward, the strengthening behavior associated with the natural reinforcement. So those natural reinforcement that I've mentioned, what you are hungry for will keep you motivated, will keep you motivated, and you begin to work hard for survival for the fittest. You begin to, no matter the challenges you are passing through, you will keep having that mindset that tomorrow is going to be better. Tomorrow is going to be better. Sometimes when you remember your goal, you remember what God is doing in your life and where you are going to, you have no reason to be depressed. I can tell you, and I can tell you again, there is nothing on planet Earth that will ever make me to be depressed, because I know that in 10 years from now, what I will become. Thank God, Grace, Madam Grace is here. We used to meet, how we used to talk, how we used to review books, how we used to talk big and other. One way or the other, some of those things we used to say then is already working now. Emeka Nobis was also one of us that used to affecting the life of the younger ones in all over the country. Myself and Grace and the rest of them, that's our reward system, because we know definitely, even though we are not seeing the reward now, tomorrow the come. So there is nothing on earth that can make me to be better than today. Are we together? Are we together?
Yes, please. We're together. We're together. I just muted. Yes.
All right. Thank you. I just needed that confirmation so that it don't be as if I'm talking to
Well,
myself.
we're here. And Dr. Grace just replied as well.
All right. I have a lot of maybe pathway that, but I don't want to bug you with all this scientific thing. I just want to get the one that will benefit you proper out of it. So in conclusion of what I have said is that dopamine is involved in encoding memories about reward. So there are memories of the reward of what you are going to get, how to get it, where it was obtained. All those things are encoded. And when you begin to store it in your memory and begin to walk towards it and begin to think towards it, definitely you will get the reward. One of my popular quotes is by Robert Schuller. He said, "We are a living magnet. We attract into our lives situations, circumstances, behavior that are in harmony with our dominant thoughts." When you begin to think about the reward of what you are doing, definitely within a short period of time, you will get the reward. When you begin to think towards the activities you are involved, the benefit of those activities, when you begin to invest into people's life, just like this kind of forum we are, when you begin to move out to involve them, definitely in time to come, you will get the reward. The reward is something that is a natural pathway. It doesn't matter maybe how long it will take, but definitely there will be a reward. And when the reward comes, you will be happy that once upon a time, you involve in such activity. So I want to let you know that it is a natural process. What you are hungry for, what are you hungry for? What have you been hungry for? Have you been hungry for sex? It will make you to work hard to get to marry the best, the very good sex that you are looking for in life from the best woman that you desire to have. Are you hungry for food? It will make you to work hard to be able to eat. Are you hungry for to sit among kings? Are you hungry for education? It will make you to work hard to get to your PhD, the highest level that you want to get to. Some years ago, I told some group of people, I said, I want to be an international scholar. As of then, I've not even tried saying this when there's no way to, and I told them that is my dream. That is what I'm hungry for. And by the grace of God, I've been able, through research and activities like this, I've been able to go around the world. So whatever you are hungry for, there is a reward. So I want to keep you motivated in that good thing you are doing. Don't give up. Don't be depressed. At the end, you'll be happy that you did it. and God bless you.
All right. Thank you so very much, Dr. Lepa David, for that beautiful session there. Quite informative, quite insightful. And our Facebook, our YouTube viewers, they are also getting a whole lot there. We just confirmed that persons are watching on YouTube and they are saying it's quite cool. It's quite cool, and I can't agree less because I'm hearing everything here. I think after now I should also come for my lecture, personal lecture here. Thank you so very much. Dr. Grace is asking, what is she hungry for? What is she hungry for? Dr. Grace, is that question for Dr. Lekba? Just rhetorical though. Okay. One thing I can say I've got here, amongst other, actually, not just that, but amongst all, I can say that you made it very clear here that, whatever you're hungry for, you definitely would go for, you do everything you can to ensure that you get it. You do everything. If you're hungry for a woman, you're a womanizer. You definitely will go for to go for that woman. If you're if you're an education enthusiast, like someone who has deep interest for education, you do everything possible to get to the highest, and that's more like that's what definitely there has to be something we are hungry for. There has to be something we are interested in, and that thing is going to push us to getting the most out of out of life, so to say. And I mentioned humanizing. Somebody was laughing at me. I beg, I know Bill. I just in a talk. I talk. All right. Once again, thank you so very much, Dr. Lepa. Thanks a lot. We appreciate that, right? We appreciate that. Just for 5 minutes, before we bring on the author of our book tonight, the celebrant for tonight, before we bring her on, I want to give 5 minutes for questions and answers. 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. You have your questions you want to ask Dr. Lekba. I think you could drop them now. If you want to, if you want the mic on, that's fine. Or you drop it in the chat box to allow, we'll read it out. So 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Can we have that now, please? 5 minutes. We're waiting. We're waiting. Our guest is waiting. After 5 minutes or less than that, if I don't see hands, then go to close that window and then we'll call for another question. Thank you. But I hope you're enjoying the session though. Are we together?
Yes, we are.
All right, Dr. Grace, let ask your question. What are you hungry for? If that's the question, it's fine. Ask Dr. Lekba. Let him, perhaps he has an answer to what you're hungry for.
Don't worry. We are already seeing a lot of things we talked about. So I'm cool, but now I'm still hungry for more things. I said I'm still hungry for more things.
Oh,
more things. There's still so much. There's still so much I'm hungry for. So I need to work at it and lose sleep.
Oh,
yes,
great.
yes. My friend, Madam Grace, when you think about the reward that you are going to get from that thing, it will keep you on your toes. It will make you to crave for it, and you will definitely achieve it. And just as you rightly mentioned, Dr. Geng Diame of African Leadership Magazine was the one that put us together then, and you can see it's all over the place. Everybody, everywhere in the world is just there. So whatever you're hungry for, don't limit yourself. Just crave for it, and you see that you definitely have it. And the good thing is when you have it, it's good for your mental health.
All right, thank you so very much, Dr. Lekpa, for that one there. Thanks a lot. Someone is asking, is it possible to get a copy of the reward system I guess to ask our guest that if it's possible. Yes. Okay. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you're aware that this is the virtual book launch. The virtual book launch of what is the title of that book we're talking about here? What book are we launching here? We're talking Mental Health First Aid, Burnout, Depression, and Interpersonal Therapy here, right? And our convener, the host, the author of the book is right here. But just before I bring her up on the mic, I hand the mic over to her. I want to let you know that you are appreciated for being here. And I want you to know that this virtual launch wasn't open to everybody. It wasn't an entertainment. It wasn't like these kind of sessions that you just come, we entertain and entertain. And no, it's exclusive, more like exclusive in the sense that it is not everybody that if we had wanted more persons, like more persons, perhaps we know where we could actually share this thing. But we made it clear, and even in our posting, even in our publicity, we made it clear. If you know this interests you, if you know this has something to do, or you think you have a whole lot to gain from this, you should join. So I'm happy that we do not have so much persons here that will be disturbing us and all of that. We're just here, right? So we appreciate you a lot. I'm seeing Eno Odwak. I'm seeing Emma Uli. I'm seeing, of course, Dr. Grace Alawa. And I'm seeing here Favor Nwoke. We're seeing Havoc Tech Hub. Seeing Dennis. Seeing Valerie Oswampe. Yeah, we're seeing Dr. Metu Izochuku. We're seeing Graceman. We're seeing, of course, our guest speaker, our keynote speaker here, Dr. Lepa Kingdom. We're seeing Smith Wakocha, Port Harcourt Waka Waka. There we're seeing, of course, our host. She's there. So, why am I reading all of these persons? We appreciate you. Yes, we appreciate you a lot. So right about now, we go to talk. We move straight to the next session, and that is about the book. And it's going to be taken by the author, and after which I'll give ask him some questions. I'm going to ask some questions, engage her in a conversation, and let's get to find out what this whole thing is about. Why this book? Why the book? All of that. So the mic is open right now. The stage has been transferred to our host, Comfort Alexander.
Okay, thank you so much, John Best Uche. Thank you. Thank you everyone that has joined. If you aren't on Zoom, probably you're watching from YouTube. Thank you. Thank you so much for choosing to join, and thank you for taking the pain to stay too. Yeah. So about the book, Mental Health First Aid, Burnout, Depression, and Interpersonal Therapy. Thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel Ule. I didn't even know you were going to join. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Dr. Grace Alawa. Thank you, Dr. David. Thank you for that lecture. Best was telling me that we want to kill him with medical terms. Well, I shall not tell him to do art in school. So thank you so much.
If you want for my house, be careful. Be careful. You want for my house, have you?
Okay, so
all right.
About the book Mental Health First Aid. Before I wrote the book, Mental Health First Aid, yeah, I noticed that most persons are going through a lot of mental health conditions, but they sweep it under the carpet. Like, it's not suicidal, it's not depression, it's not paranoid, and it's not important. Then I got to realize that people are burned out on the daily, like their job, their homes, different activities get them burned out. Are we together, please? So I know I'm not talking to myself.
We're on.
Oh, okay. So I noticed many persons get burned out with their day-to-day activity in their workplace, in their homes. I was telling someone that I wrote an ebook actually, and it's on burnout. And the person was like, "What's burnout?" I had to explain. She said, "It's not only in the workplace that we experience burnout, though, even in our families." Yeah, it's good enough that people are now embracing mental health today. It's not that way some years back in Nigeria or in Africa as a whole. So she was like, it's not only in our workplace that we experience burnout, in our homes, in our marriages and the rest. And yeah, so what do you think is burnout? Burnout is simple. If I define it for you, you will know what burnout is. So burnout is a state of mental, physical, or emotional exhaustion. Yeah. It's a state where you feel exhausted, like nothing seems to interest you. You feel like no one is appreciating what you do. You get, you feel like your job requirements are way higher than reality. Your job expectation rather are way higher than reality. You come to a point where you lose hope and you feel like nobody's going to help you. That's what we call burnout. That's the simple definition of what burnout is. Yeah. Burnout is that state where you are exhausted. Now, sometimes people tend to misunderstand the difference between stress and burnout. Now, stress is bad on its own because it can lead to premature death. Why burnout, on the other hand, it's bad because you might not die, but you're practically living a worthless life that can lead to depression. Do you get? So burnout is like a brother or a gate pass to depression. Yeah. And most times I've come to realize in my few years of practice that some persons come to you and they complain, I'm feeling this way, I think I'm depressed and the rest of it. And you're like, okay, why do you think you were depressed? What are the symptoms you were seeing that's making you feel like you were depressed? Some of them can't even place it. Yes, that one we call endogenous depression. This depression comes from the blues. And I've also come to realize that all of this are because they were experiencing signs of burnout. They were experiencing signs of burnout. They were feeling like, oh, I'm tired. Nobody seems to appreciate what I'm doing. You know, if you're a working class woman, if you're a working class woman, you will notice when you will notice that when you finish your work in your workplace from morning till late in the evening and you go back home, you have to continue with your family chores and the rest. And along the line, you begin to realize that this thing is not working. You understand? You start throwing tantrums around, you transfer aggression. And when people ask you, why are you really throwing tantrums? Why are you really aggressive? What's the problem? You can't place it. At that point, you're becoming burned out. Yes, you're becoming exhausted mentally and emotionally. Yeah, you just sit and cry, and the rest of them. Are we still together, please? Mr. John Best, can you hear me? If anybody can hear me, please let me know.
We're on. Following.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma'am. So aside from all of this I've mentioned, we have different stages of burnout. All of this you will get in the book. I'm not teaching you about burnout now. That's why it's a book launch, because there is a book.
Mrs. Author here, convener here, host here. Can I stop you here now? So just as we continue, it's a conversation right now. So I want to ask you, what is your motivation in all you do, right? You're into mental health and all of that. What is your motivation in going to mental health advocacy, and of course, going as far as authoring this beautiful book here titled Mental Health First Aid, Burnout, Depression, and Interpersonal Therapy. So give us your motivation. Few minutes, like a minute or two. Let's just get to hear your story. Thank you.
Okay, you would have just told me that you want to ask me what am I hungry for? You'd have told me what I'm hungry for. Okay, so what my motivation is. Well, some years back, I'm actually still very small per age, but some years back, I realized that I have several mental health conditions. It wasn't just one. I had several mental health conditions. It wasn't just depression. I suffered paranoia, suicidal ideation, depression. But paranoia was one of the most prominent. And funny enough, I realized that I had a very toxic subconscious mind. My subconscious was very toxic. Yeah. And when I began to realize that it was choking, it choked back. So when I began to realize that and started dealing with it, it was choking. So I needed to know what was wrong with me exactly. I needed to know what the problem was. So I delved into research. I met people, I requested to see a psychologist and all of those things. Some days I will cry. I don't usually forget when I tell people that I used to pray so God would take my life. Yeah, so I'll pray and I'll tell God I don't want to wake up when I sleep, and all of those things. Some persons here that knows me very well I don't think anyone here knows me very well, can relate, why some won't even be able to relate. Yeah, it's not because I go about telling people.
Can I guess that someone knows you very well here?
I don't think so. I think some of them joined via YouTube already. The ones that were having issues connecting on Zoom, they're on YouTube. I think they'll be listening.
All right. Don Best knows you very well. Thank you. God bless you, Don Best.
So, okay. So I got the motivation when I started doing the research, knowing why I behave the way I behave, knowing why I do the things I do, knowing why I couldn't talk for myself, why I was being unnecessarily scared, what they say, being afraid of the unknown and all of those things. I started research. That was how I knew I had more than 2 mental health. I had complex mental health conditions that I had to intentionally start working on. It got to a point where I was thinking I was going to murder people. Like, it wasn't just me now wanting to die, it's me killing people. Do you understand? So John Best, if you think you know me so well, you would have known me in jail in Kirikiri. so my motivation then grew while I was going through all of this. God, in his own mercy, kept bringing people that had similar cases. Though their cases were not as complex as mine at the moment, but there were persons that had similar cases that, they would just see you and they want to confide in you, they want to talk about it, they wanted to help them out, they wanted to counsel them. The first case that threw me into mental health completely was a suicidal case. I wish I remembered. Probably I would have called that lady to share her story with all of us. Her story was a pathetic one. That was the first case that I handled. It was a suicidal case, and that suicidal case made me realize I have PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, because I see no reason why, after listening to the lady's case, trying to counsel and all of those things, I went back thinking I want to do what she wants to do. Are you getting the point now? So with time, I was like, okay, let me get out of this so I could help some persons come out of it. I started researching and I begin to realize that people are going through a lot of mental health problems, but they are either living in denial or don't know who to talk to. Yeah, if you trace back to when I started mental health advocacy and awareness on my social media platform, then I write it as stories. I write a lot of stories, share my own story. I share my own story, but I share it like I'm sharing someone else's story. So that's how it is on Facebook. I think I started on Facebook before I even started telling people I do mental health advocacy. And then I started volunteering for organizations that are into mental health. I think that's my motivation, John Best. So what motivated me, in long and short, is my own condition. That was what motivated me to start doing mental health awareness and therapy.
Oh, okay. Comfort, quite an inspiring story there. I don't know. You may not have shared this. I think have not heard this. I'm hearing it for the first time from you now. And I was thinking I actually knew you so much more than the people here.
You don't know me, right?
I've heard this, and it's quite a great one, right? A great one.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done. I must say, well done. For some of us that are doing, we got to meet 2020. Comfort, we met 2020.
Yeah.
At an event, and you introduced yourself as a mental health advocate. And then I was like, oh, really? Okay, let's connect. then 2019, I already launched the mental health campaign called the End Depression Campaign. I'm not a mental health expert. I've not had such experience or such stories like that. But I knew that there was an issue, there was a problem. I decided to dive into it, right? But yours is just different in the sense that you experienced it. You know, it's just like somebody who wears shoes knows where the shoes are actually paining the person, right?
Yeah.
So I believe every other person on this platform is understanding everything here, has been inspired, has been motivated by your story, amazing story here, and it goes as far as telling us that whatever we're going through in life, that's could just be a way that God, forgive me if I'm going religious, that God wants to show you something, more like he wants you to have a story to tell someday. Someday, do you understand? Use that to also motivate others, inspire others, and all of that. And so I appreciate you. I appreciate your courage, sharing this story with us and everything. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm opening the mic for just one person. You have a special question. You have a question you want to ask Comfort, the host of this event, of this virtual launch. You have a question, just one. Raise your hand right now. Raise your hand right now. Let me
Okay,
see.
Mr. Bed, please, I would beg you allow as many persons that want to ask me a question on
We go.
burnout or anything. Yeah, please.
No, we see. We want to go into the launch right now. We want to launch this properly right now. And if I allow everybody, we may not leave here.
All right, no problem. It's
Okay,
fine.
so one or two persons. The host has allowed me to say, okay, let's take two. Let's take two. Yeah, two persons, please. Questions. You want to ask her a question? Let's get that. The floor is open. Yes, Graceman, you're saying some of us don't even know it's a problem yet. Some of us don't know it's a problem. Yes, it's true. Back then we used to see mental health issue as a white man's disease, as a white man's sickness, as a white man's thing. Not until recently we discovered that you don't claim life. So just 20 end of statistics from end of 2018 and 2019, you discover that a lot of suicide issues, depression, and all of that, right? So people are beginning to wake up to understand that mental health is a very big issue. Okay, so questions, please. You want to ask? Unmute yourself. We'll allow you. Raise your hand. We'll allow you. Please raise your hand. Can we have two persons or one person? If not, we'll go straight to the launch. Proper. Are we good?
Yeah.
Are we here, please? I beg.
Someone has a question.
Make una unmute una mic. Okay, somebody has a question.
Someone has a question.
Okay, Favor Woke, I'm going to ask you unmute yourself, okay? So kindly unmute yourself, okay? Unmute yourself. Favor Woke.
Good evening, everybody.
30 seconds.
Yeah. Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah. My question is for Alex. Your story is really touching, if I may say. You said you researched to you said you researched and to find out about your condition and stuff like that. What were the platforms you researched on, and we are there? Did you reach out to people, or you worked on it by yourself?
Okay, I reached out to people. Yeah, I reached out to people. So that's to say, not just one person. If you listened, I said I also requested to see a psychologist. Yeah, I reached out to life coaches. Shared with them, allowed them take me through the journey of therapy. But most importantly, I want to let you know that I did most of the things through interpersonal therapy. That's what we call interpersonal therapy. Now, at the point, I didn't realize that all I've been reading and preparing myself for came to play during that period. Yeah, I used to like books written by T.D. Jakes, Joyce Meyer, and the likes, you get. So when it got to that period, I started revisiting those books. Yeah. Some things were resonating, some weren't resonating. Some I've read before. Yeah. So I had to go back. It's just like saying, I was discussing with someone. I said, if you've been depressed before from a particular trigger, are we together, Favor? Favor, are we
Yes,
together?
yes.
Can you hear me? From a particular trigger, yeah. If such condition arises again without meeting a therapist or a psychologist, you should be able to handle it if you actually healed from the previous one. Do you get it at all? That's basically what interpersonal therapy is all about. Being able to do it yourself without 100% professional help. The help you might need is just maybe family and friends, loved ones help. But interpersonal therapy is you doing it yourself. Do you get? Maybe due to experiences, your past experiences, you've learned from it, you've grown from it, you've healed. If such cases arises in the future, you would be able to know how to handle it.
Oh, I get now. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you so very much, Comfort, and I hope Favor you got the message there. You got your satisfied response. You got a satisfied or satisfactory response from them. Okay, so right about now, ladies and gentlemen, the hour has come. It is now. Now, like now. Hooray! Everybody shout, hooray!
Hooray!
Okay. Oh, some persons cannot actually shout right now. Oh, let me unmute let me unmute everybody. Just a moment.
When you unmute them, make sure you mute them back.
Yeah, going to do that. Please unmute yourself. I'm asking you all to unmute yourselves. I'm asking you all to unmute yourself. So when I call for that shout, you're going to shout and shout. Shout. Okay. So unmute yourselves right now. Unmute yourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, at this very moment, we want to let us know that it is time for the formal launch of the book, Mental Health, First Aid, Burnout, Depression, and Personal Therapy. Please, with a rousing applause, let us make some noise, actually. Let's make some noise, actually. Hooray! Let's make some noise.
Hooray!
We're talking about virtual book launch. And it is now, like now. We've got some knowledge, we've got some wisdom, we've got some insightful session. And right now, we are formally launching the book. Isn't that exciting? Isn't that exciting? It is indeed exciting. So I'm going to drop, this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to drop something on the chat box or in the chat box. And then what I'm going to be dropping in the chat box is basically the link to where you can actually get a book, and then how you can get a book, or maybe just basically that. The book on Amazon. The book is actually on Amazon and other platforms. That is for foreign participants here. The book is on Amazon and it is $6 on Amazon. It is
very cheap.
Very
less than $10.
Less than $10. But it is that is the actual cost of it, the actual price of it, or on Amazon. But I want to say that since this is a launch, you may want to launch this book with $50. You may want to launch this book with $100. You may even want to launch it with $1,000, but not to go so high and then forget some persons here. You may want to launch it for as high or low as $15, $10, or even the $6, the actual price, right? So right about now, check the chat box. You're gonna see that. Check the chat box. You're gonna see the link to how to be part of this launch. How to be part of the launch. How to be part of the launch. That's where you see the link, an Amazon link there. You see Amazon link, and you also see account number. You see an account number. We could make your transfer to if you want to buy it. So who has seen it? Who has seen the link?
I've seen it. I can see.
Okay, amazon.com/GP/BO, and all of that. Just click it and then it takes you to that place. And then you want to make a local transfer. You're here in Nigeria, you're in the country you're within. You want to make a local transfer of $50, or I mean, oh my gosh.
Okay. Mr. John Bez.
Now, I wouldn't want to call. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Celebrant, please.
Please, I would want to request if anyone has something to say, wants to do an open launch, you can go ahead and do it. Yeah, wants to do an open launch.
You'll be given the microphone once.
Raise your hand and do that.
You'll be given the microphone. You want to call, apart from saying this is what you want to donate, this is what you want to launch it with. Have something to say.
You can buy for other persons, yeah?
The presentation and everything. Okay, so the floor is open right now. Who's gonna start? Silence everywhere. Silence everywhere for the meantime. Who is launching first? Who is launching first? Who is launching first? All right. Okay. Are we here? I'm waiting.
Yes, yeah.
I'm waiting. Waiting. All right. I hope might not play music. I might play music. Which one?
I think you know what to say.
When they think of who go come first, might they play music small.
You could also check on those on YouTube.
Okay. Okay, for our online participants, like our YouTube participants, we are the launch proper. So if you want to be part of it, please drop your comment. Drop your comment here. Yeah, Gist with Tina, thank you very much. Gist with Tina, thank you very much. She's saying hooray, saying hooray. Okay, let me read some chat here. UEC Campus Fellowship, they're saying great thoughts there. Clear voice, good audio and everything. Thank you. And then another person, MC Life Hard. I'm finally here. Yes, thank you. And somebody is joining from Zambia. Babi One is joining from Zambia. He said, hello from Zambia. We are saying hi from Nigeria. And every other person they are joining. Somebody is thanking Dr. Lemba, that is Campus Fellowship. Yeah, okay, thank you. And a couple of others. This with Tina says, I celebrate you, Comfort. Helen Tonya, thank you so very much. I'm enjoying the session. Yeah, we are glad that you're enjoying the session, right? Thank you. I have more comments. So for the online YouTube participants, you want to be part of the launch, you could actually indicate, and then we will come to that, right? So
okay, Mr. John Bez, someone just sent me a message that you should put up the link on YouTube. I think persons on YouTube want to get access to the link and to the account details.
Okay, I'm going to drop the link.
Have we done that?
All right, I just dropped the link. I just dropped the link on YouTube. So for online participants, our virtual, YouTube participants, please, the link is there. The link is there. The link is there. Thank you, Justina, just with Tina there. Thank you. The link is there for those that want to launch that's with us. Thank you. Okay, so like I said, the actual price of this book is $6, but because it's a launch, you can actually do more or do exactly it, right? That is it's on Amazon and other platforms. And then if you're here in the country, you're here in Nigeria where we are, the account number is on YouTube, is on the comment section there, is on our chat box there. So can we have those who want to be part of this launch? And let me see if there's a message there. Okay, thank you, Smith. Smith Walkocha says you will hear much later from me. That's what Smith Walkocha is saying. Yeah, Comfort.
Okay,
Smith.
okay, I can hear you, sir.
Yes, please.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Thanks a lot there. Okay, more persons. Can we have more persons who want to do this? And I think after now, we just, I think we're at the climax. Yeah, this is the climax of this. And then we want to use this time as well to thank our guests, lecturer, guest speaker, our keynote speaker actually, Dr. Alekba David, who is the lecturer with the University of Port Harcourt. Thank you so very much. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Please unmute yourself right now, everybody. We've got the first launcher. There, we've got the first person here, Mr. Ima Ule. $50. $50.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much, everybody. Let's unmute ourselves and celebrate Mr. Ima Ule.
Thank you, Mr. Ima Ule. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. We appreciate this. We appreciate this a lot. All right. We appreciate this a lot.
Okay. Mr. John Best, please, whoever launches and is not getting the book directly from via the link, should please do well to send me their name and their email address so I could get a copy across to them, please.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. So for our online, okay, first of all, Mr. Ima Uleth, we appreciate you for that kind gesture there. You just set the tone. That's amazing. You just said the pace there. Thanks a lot. So kindly drop your details, your name, your contact details, and then we'll reach out to you with a copy of the book. Yes, with a copy of the book. Thank you so very much. We appreciate it. So for the online YouTube participants, YouTube viewers, you want to be part of it? Let me check. Let's get to see who we have there. Okay. Okay, we've got nobody yet.
Okay, someone from the YouTube sent me a message. I believe he's going to type there. Mr. Jonathan Coker. Okay. He said he will get across later.
Oh, who is that?
I don't know. Maybe probably he will have to type on YouTube there for you to see.
Who is that?
Jonathan Coker.
Okay.
On YouTube. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so he'll get back to you later.
Yeah, he will.
Oh, that's fine. Thank you so very much, Jonathan, for your kind gesture. We appreciate you a lot. We appreciate you a lot. Thanks so very much. So, any more persons? You want to do this? You want to call it a wrap here anytime?
Okay, someone just sent Miss. I don't know. You can see someone there. Eno Udrak, ma'am. Eno Udrak is sending in 5,000.
Oh,
please let's give her a shout out.
Amazing. Thank you so very much. And no, Udrak, thank you very much. The link, the account details, you can find in the chat box there. The account details you can find in the chat box there. Yes, I will retype that. I will drop the details again for you to see. Yes. If you can see it, please let me know that you can see it. Okay. If you can see the account details, let me know you can see it, right? Polaris Bank, Ikanyem Comfort, Alexander 3049.
Please pronounce what you can pronounce. So pronounce what you can pronounce.
Dr. Grace is asking, how much is the book? How much is the book? Yeah.
It's $6 on Amazon. $6 on Amazon.
And then naira, in Nigerian naira, how much?
We'll convert it our best. You're not good in mathematics.
I'm not a mathematician, ma'am.
Okay, let me get back to you on that, please. Tech Police. I think the person's name on YouTube is Tech Police Store. I don't know. He just sent it to me that his name is Tech Police Store on YouTube.
Oh. Okay. You will hear from me later. That is Tech Police Store. Tech Police Store.
Yeah. Okay. So in the next 10 or 8 minutes, please, we should be rounding up, please.
We're rounding up.
Yes, we're rounding up, please.
All right. Dr. Grace gets 2 copies next week. Thank you so very much, Dr. Grace. 2 copies
next week. Thank you so much, Dr. Grace. Thank you.
Grace, we appreciate it a lot. We appreciate it a lot. Yeah. Thanks a lot. So at this point, we just give 2-3 more minutes and then we'll call it a wrap, right? We'll call it a wrap. Please, you want to say something? Please, goodwill messages just for the next 2 to 3 minutes. Let's have goodwill messages from Mr. Ima Ule. Would you want to say something to us? You want to say something to us? I'm asking you to unmute yourself now, sir. So kindly unmute yourself. Thank you, and say something. Few seconds. Thank you. Few seconds. Oh yeah, Mr. Emma Ule, you've been asked to unmute yourself. Yes. You want to say something? Okay, Dr. Metu, my own doctor, Dr. Metu. All right. Alex, Dr. Metu will reach out.
I confirm you can hear me. This is Emmanuel here.
All right.
Okay, I can hear you, sir.
Okay. Just to say a big congrats to Comfort. Well done. The issues raised in the book, issues of mental health, it's something that is very common, but unfortunately, a lot of our people are not aware that it's a kind of a health challenge. Well, I've not read the book, but I believe that by the time I go through it, I'll be able to pick one or two things to actually help me also in my own life as it pertains to managing mental health issues. So just to say congratulations and well done for coming up with this. Thank you very much, everyone. Bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Ma Ule. We appreciate you. Okay, so can we have Dr. Metu? Would you like to say something to us? You want to say something to us? Dr. Metu, you've been asked to unmute yourself. Thank you. Dr. Metu, would you like to say something to us? Thank you.
Hello, can you hear me, Mr. John Best?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can hear you, Mr. Metu.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, Mr. Metu.
Okay,
can
sorry,
you hear
I can hear you, I'm driving.
Oh.
Right, congratulations, Alex.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a good effort you put in to get people educated about mental health. So just like Dr. Obi mentioned, it's about the most important aspect of health, because if you don't have good mental health, you won't be able to take care of your physical health. And when I speak with people, I tell them that one of the very simple definitions of mental health is that if one lacks the capacity to enjoy life, then there is a mental health problem going on. Understand? And then try to put this out there for people to be aware, for them to learn, and be able to take good care of their mental health.
Yes,
so
sir.
I want to say well done and congratulations.
Thank you so much, sir.
I'll reach you later to pick copy.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, we're grateful to you. And then, okay, Valeria, would you want to say something? You've been asked to unmute yourself. Thank you. Would you want to say something? 30 seconds. All right.
I feel very, very honored to be here. I'm glad to be in the midst of these great minds. And I just want to say big congratulations to Alexander of Port Harcourt. You're showing us the way and you're telling us that there is more to life than just being selfish with your own self. I mean, look at what you're doing. Look at the kind of content you're giving us in this world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Val.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you,
right, so we
Val.
have no Akban, Mr. or Mrs. I don't know. I know Akban. Okay, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, man.
I'm delighted to be on this platform this evening, and I've learned a lot. So many people never knew that it's anything concerning mental health is a problem. And by so doing, if you can fix the mental part of it, I think the whole body will be okay. So I'm glad, and congratulations to Miss Comfort. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, thank you so very much, Mrs. Eno Uduak, for that one there. So, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I just want to allow the celebrant to give her vote of thanks. And then for those that have ordered for the book, please send your details. We could, you could do that via WhatsApp. I think some of us here, the one of us here, we have our contact to have, we can reach out to Comfort on privately, and then we could actually ask for a number on the platform. That's either the contact details on the general platform, or you reach out to her directly. So your book, your copy of the book can be sent to you. Thank you. Thank you so very much. So the celebrants, the floor is yours for vote of things. Thank you.
Okay, once again, I think we've come to the end of this book launch. I really want to say thank you to everyone that showed up. The link is going to go out, so I believe even the ones that have left, they are going to hear this vote of thanks. I want to really appreciate my friends that made sure today is a success and the book is a success. I want to appreciate my family, my younger ones in particular. Thank you. They are going to watch this later, so I want to say thank you to them. I want to say thank you to my spiritual fathers and mothers. I want to say thank you to everyone that believes in me, even when I don't notice or I don't know. I really want to say thank you, and thank you again. I believe I added everyone here on that platform. Let me now do a proper open apology to persons I added without their consent. I am sorry I added you without your consent, but I am most delighted that you didn't exit or leave the group. To me, that's honor, that's respect. Yeah, I might not deserve it, but you showed me respect, and I really do not take it light. I want to say thank you. Yeah, thank you, John Best UCHE. Thank you for being one of the best moderators here. To everyone joining on YouTube, I might not be able to see all of you, but I know a couple of my friends are on YouTube at the moment. Thank you, Henry Pendragon. Thank you, Helen Tonya Febo. Thank you, Miss Justina Anwareka. Thank you, homie. Thank you, Jonathan Coker. Thank you, Reverend Anyedi. Thank you, Simeon Malaki. As many as they are, I saw some screenshot of them. So thank you and thank you and thank you. I hope we do all have lovely nights and excellent sleeps and remain sane in the remaining months of this year. So have yourself a beautiful evening.
All right, thank you so very much. Comfort Alexander, thank you from me to you all for joining this virtual book launch. And I want to say, do have yourself a pleasant night rest. And for those joining on YouTube and you're not joining here from Nigeria here, joining from outside the country, and depending on your time zone, have yourself a wonderful day ahead, and have yourself a great night rest and a beautiful new week ahead as well. Okay, John Best UCHE is the name, the social voice there. Thank you, and God bless you. Gracias. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's have ourselves some musical Musical. Let's go. That's for those that are still on. Yeah. For 2 more minutes, I'll be playing this. So enjoy this musical. Talking about Nigeria here. Though it's not mental health related, but I still love it. As a people, we want some. We will take a step and build our land to defend what we got. We are people with one heart, for one cause. Where the promise to be restored. We're free, right and true. There our land, where there's hope for us all. Our land, where there's hope for us all. We'll defend our land. So we are many people, different tribes, different tongues, where the love comes for generations to come.